Hi, I'm Tess.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
My girl. Hi guys, I'm Tess.
And I'm Kayla.
And today, we're taking it back a little bit. We get a lot of DMs and messages and comments from you guys basically asking for advice in long distance relationships. And if you haven't noticed already by watching all of our videos, because we know you have, we were in a long distance relationship for quite some time before we started dating in the same house, before we started living together.
Those of you who don't know what a DM is, like I didn't prior to like a month ago, it's a direct message.
We were going through notes on our laptop and decided we were just gonna delete a bunch of old ones that we didn't really need anymore, and we found something pretty interesting.
We made a list when we were in a long distance relationship.
We figured, since we get a lot of messages and comments and stuff from you guys, why not share with you this list that we were going to share with you and just never did. I don't know why we didn't. I think it must have got like lost in the black hole of notes that we had.
So let's go ahead and jump into the video.
I think that we'll just go back and forth between pros and cons until we run out, and it looks like there is about 6 or 7 in each category. So yeah, we'll just go back and forth. We will start with pros. So the first pro on our list was that it just made us talk more. The communication was just set on the table. We had to communicate with one another or else things kind of just went in the crapper.
It also brought like a deeper knowing of one each other.
One each other.
It also brought a deeper knowing of the other.
Yeah, if you're in a long distance relationship, I think that was our number one because it was number one for us, and I think it should be number one just in long distance relationships generally.
As well as any relationship.
Yeah, I think that set us up for success in our relationship now, being in the same house as one another. We were forced to communicate before if we wanted to stay with one another, so that just helped us with a better communication now living with each other, just being able to communicate. If you don't communicate with one another, there's lack of trust, there's lack of honesty. If you have better communication, you end up having a better relationship.
Yeah. Con number 1, no physical contact.
That was the worst. The worst.
Pretty bad.
We got into a lot of like depressed states in our relationship because there was no physical contact until we were able to see one each other. Why do you keep saying
You, that's the first time you said. Yes.
Lack of contact. Con. That's it, plain and simple. I don't think you have to say anything else.
Pro number 2. We had the opportunity to travel and to experience so many different places in the world. We didn't really travel throughout the world, we traveled throughout the country. It was nice.
Yeah, now living together, we travel less and we have that like yearning feeling to just get away from our home. Even though we love it, we just want to get out and do things, which you could totally do that in your own state. If you're watching this and you're not in a long distance relationship and you want to travel more in your state. We've found that that just makes us feel like we know our state a little bit better, and you never know what you're gonna discover in your own city/state. So get out there and enjoy your state for what it is, because once you leave it, if you ever do, you will regret not being able to see it. And states surrounding you, it doesn't take long to drive to another state. So
unless you live in the middle of Texas.
Even then, you have so many cities you can explore.
Yeah, and if you're overseas, travel within your country.
When I was in Europe, we used a company called Ryanair. We flew from country to country for like less than $100, and it was awesome. Con number 2. Con number 2 is not being able to create your own space together. I love being able to decorate and create things with you. We just did this today, and last night we started building our kitchen table. We're really excited about that. We stained it yesterday, and we kind of garbage picked wooden pallets for our bed frame. So you guys will definitely see Snapchat, Instagram stories of the finished product of all of those. So be on the lookout. But yeah, we are really excited to be doing all that. It's just fun to be able to create things together.
Pro number 3, technology. I'm gonna retract that and never do that again.
You do.
Technology. Technology, living in the modern world today is fantastic. It has its horrible moments, but it also has its amazing moments where it gives you a different connection that we didn't have with somebody back in the day. FaceTime, technology, it brought us to have the relationship that we did, because otherwise, who knows if we would have gotten that same interaction and same relationship building if we had to like write letters or
which we still did.
talk over the phone, which we did.
Yeah. If we had a lot to say, like for me, I have to think about like what I'm feeling before I say it, and sometimes we weren't able to like be on the phone with one another, so writing letters to each other and like pages and pages about what we're feeling definitely helped too. I know that has nothing to do with technology, but
Little advice.
yeah, if
you know you need to write, it's fun.
like there were times that she would write me a letter, I would write her a letter, and we wouldn't tell one another, and it would be fun to get like a little surprise thing in the mail. That's another pro of being in a long distance relationship, is just always looking forward to your mail, because now whenever we're getting the mail, we get bills and it's not fun.
Now, to go along with that technology, con number 3. Reconnecting, loading, ... Wi-Fi, no service. Technology obviously has its cons, as we just discussed, and we would get in fights over
Not things we couldn't control. Yeah.
Not you weirdo.
I think
It would just make us so mad that we would just get mad at each other and it'd be pointless.
Yeah.
It was just so dumb.
yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but the pro from that is, I mean, you were very impatient when I first met you. And I mean, you still have your impatient moments, and so do I, but I think that kind of trained us to get a little bit less mad at each other over stupid things.
Yeah.
Like, why get mad at each other for things you can't control? It helps you become a bit more of a positive person.
So there's a pro and a con.
Yeah. Pro number 4 was you don't have to smell each other's farts. We fart a lot. I don't know why we made that a pro. It was probably just something funny that I don't mind smelling your farts now that I'm living with you. Maybe it was different when we would like meet up, but I don't mind smelling your farts, and I know you don't mind smelling mine.
But anyway, I don't think we ever minded that.
Maybe it was just something random that we put, and whatever. It's out on the universe. You're welcome.
I feel like we were farting in front of each other.
Oh,
Since day 3.
yeah. We did not give a F.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
Some people don't fart in front of their significant others.
Which I find a little weird, okay?
And unhealthy.
Yeah.
You need to let those things out.
It's freaking natural, okay? Oh, con number 4. Why is this a thing?
The last con we have for you is
No!
okay. Obviously that was
Goodbye.
yeah, and
terrible.
we did not like them at all. They were pretty bad.
We cried
All the time.
all the time. When we were younger, we didn't have the finances that we do now, and being able to spend the money to travel to see one another. Like, if we didn't have the money, we weren't gonna see each other
Most of the time.
We drove to see each other sometimes. We met halfway. If we didn't have enough money, we found a way. There's always a way if you actually want to see the other person. There's always a way. If you really love somebody and you really want to be with that person, you will find a way to be with them.
Simple enough. So if you saw the 2016 recap video that we made, the beginning of the video
Where you were talking.
where I was talking, I was explaining that it's nice to be able to go to the same places. We used FaceTime all the time, so there was one instance where we went to this place called Firehouse Subs, and Tess went to the one in her hometown, and I went to the one in mine, and we FaceTimed and had lunch together.
In the same restaurant.
Yeah, so we made it as date-like as possible.
Yeah, and that was just a cheap, fun date that we did. There were also some times where we would get really dressed up, and this is this is like the vlog in us, where we're not afraid to like be out in public and talking to it. Like, we would go shopping with each other, FaceTiming. Like, if you really want to be with somebody, trust me, you will find a way to talk to each other 24/7, because that's all we did. I mean, you guys know us. We're with each other all the time when we can be. So imagine us with FaceTime. We had our phones in our hands constantly. There were times we would get all dressed up. I think one of our anniversaries, we got really dressed up, and we didn't end up going to the same Asian restaurant, but we both ended up going to an Asian restaurant, and we got sushi with one another. And I got a glass of wine when I was drinking, and I had my iPad out, and she had, like, we made sure there was Wi-Fi and everything so we wouldn't lose connection.
We ordered at the same time, basically.
You can't keep yourself cooped up. You can still have fun and do fun things, like go on a picnic and FaceTime each other, text each other pictures. Like, we would text each other pictures. Are you tired or something?
Yeah.
All the time of what we were doing. I'm sure it was annoying trying for our families or whoever we were living with at the time, but like that was our way of sharing with one another what we were doing and keeping each other in the loop. And again, communication. You guys ask us all the time how we stayed so strong. The number one thing, if I had to pick a pro, I would say communication is it, because if you don't have communication, you don't have a relationship in a long distance relationship. We're gonna end it with some awesome pros. I'm gonna have Kayla tell you guys what the 2 pros are. They're gonna be combined. We're just gonna combine them because they're literally the same thing. So,
hellos and goodbyes.
You have the best hellos and the best goodbye. Even though you're emotional and you're crying, they say, there's this quote about you see the best emotions from people at an airport. People scared.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. You gotta cry, you gotta cry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna miss you, girl.
I'm gonna miss you, girl. If you guys have any questions or if you need any advice regarding long distance relationships, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I think that we'll be able to do a pretty decent job at helping you guys out.
Maybe if there's enough, we'll end up making a video about it.
Yeah.
But we're pretty much, you know, pros. We hope that this helped any of you struggling in a long distance relationship, because I know we had our moments. So that is gonna be it for this video. If you guys have any other questions, like Kayla said, go ahead and leave those in the comments below and we'd love to answer them for you. If this is your first time here, what the heck are you doing? Go watch our other videos and hit that little red subscribe button, because we put out new videos every single week. And we will see you guys next time.
Adios.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Hello.
Can we do mommy?
Alright, I just like felt creepy. I was just like, while you were talking, but you were looking at the camera, and I was like,
Maybe that means staring at you. Chip the
froze and the regular hairstyle. Okay, so
we're gonna end long distance relationship. So.
Also, talk to your partner.
For once.
Just talk to him.
All alone as you look through the door, nothing left to see. If it hurts and you can't take no more, lay